Doesn't it seem like as soon as you start making a lifestyle change like eating low carb, everybody all of a sudden starts inviting you out to eat? Well, don't let your life sabotage your new habits. Today, you're gonna learn how to order low carb at restaurants to stay on track. Hello, all you amazing moms. My name's Natalie, and I'm the owner of Fired Up Fitness. And on this channel, I give moms real-life strategies to stay accountable and motivated to look, feel, and live better with a healthy lifestyle. If this is your goal, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell now for notifications. The majority of women wanting to lose weight can usually start by lowering their unhealthy carb sources, but it takes a little practice at first to get used to. The first few times I tried to eat out after I had just lowered my carbs, I literally felt kind of panicked looking at the menu because I wanted to stay on plan and I didn't want to mess up my progress. Well, by the end of this video, you'll know 7 tips on how to order low-carb meals at restaurants. And to help you even further, I'm gonna set you up with my free ultimate guide on dining out low carb. It includes specifics of what to order at all your favorite types of restaurants: Mexican, Italian, Chinese, and more. So don't miss where to get that link at the end. I've personally used these same tips I'm sharing for the last 10 years to stay on track. I did a complete 180, changing my nutrition from living off of sugar and processed carbs to now focusing on protein and whole foods. So from one busy mom to another, I'm confident that you can do this too. Let's get to those tips. Tip number 1, plan ahead. If you know where you're going out to eat ahead of time, always look up the menu online. Look up the restaurant, pull up their menu, and if they've got it, see if they have a nutrition guide as well. That's where you're gonna see the calories and carbs and protein and so forth, the breakdown of their whole menu. Most of them actually do have them these days, but even if they don't, at least looking over the menu ahead of time can better prepare you mentally for what you plan to order. You wanna look for a meal that contains the following: a protein and a half plate of vegetables. Remember, 2 fists full of vegetables on your plate at all meals. I don't worry too much of looking for the healthy fat that I normally say to look for as well, because the majority of restaurants are cooking your foods already in fats like butters and oils. So think chicken, pork, steak, burgers, fish, any of those proteins paired with a half plate of vegetables or a side salad. The vegetables you're serving of your half plates, remember, it's gonna be 2 fist-sized servings is gonna be your half plate of vegetables. Most of the time you can get these veggies roasted, sauteed, or grilled, or then obviously you have the option of the side salad. If you don't see this exact combination on the menu, follow my next tip. Tip number 2, politely ask for substitutions. There are so many dietary restrictions and sensitivities these days that restaurants really don't even think twice about it when you make these special requests. So definitely don't feel bad and just ask. For instance, you could get a steak that comes with mashed potatoes and roasted veggies. But instead of getting those mashed potatoes delivered to you, ask for them to sub out the potatoes for another vegetable or a side salad. You want to set yourself up for success and avoid having to use your willpower not to indulge in those extra carbs they put in front of you. I know if mashed potatoes were set in front of me, those things are going in my tummy. Another example would be spaghetti. If they have the option of having zucchini noodles or spaghetti squash to make it gluten-free instead of the traditional pasta, take it. Take advantage of any subs that you can see on the menu, and if you don't see it on the menu, just ask. Tip number 3, pay attention to how your food is prepared. Basically what I'm saying is to avoid anything breaded and fried, and that includes protein and your vegetables. Breading from fried food is not only going to sneak in those unhealthy carbs, but it's also going to add unhealthy fats that you're not going to want either. So stick with grilled, broiled, baked, roasted, and sauteed to be safe. You know, I would love to know what your favorite type of restaurant is. So put that in the comments below now. Just write whatever kind of restaurant that you love the most. Mine is, without a doubt, Mexican. But I usually say that as a planned indulgence. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure to check out, I'll put a link in my description of the video I did last week on cheat meals. So make sure to check that out too. Talking about Mexican is actually a good lead into my next tip. Tip number 4. We've got some big 6 to skip here. Those are gonna be your chips, bread, croutons, potatoes, pasta, and rice. If you're trying to eat lower carb, you may have assumed these, and I know this is not one of the fun tips, and I totally feel you, trust me. But these are the usual suspects for carby sides at restaurants that can and will throw you off track. It's best going in that you know that you're gonna fill up on the protein, veggies, and healthy fats instead. You can definitely still have a very delicious and savory meal without these 6 sides. However, don't feel like, I'm not saying that never have these ever again, because I definitely have all of these things, all 6 of them, but I save them for my planned indulgence meals. Tip number 5, ask for dressings and sauces on the side. Now, a lot of you might be used to asking for light or fat-free dressing, but when you're eating low carb, you want the fats. However, you do need to be careful with dressings and sauces and even things like homemade ketchup, because a lot of it has added sugar. And remember, sugar equals carbs, and not the healthy kind. Other sauces like gravies also contain flour to thicken it up, which is also going to add to that carb count. So avoiding dressings, sauces, and gravies with the words like honey or something that's called sweet in the name, just politely ask for it to be on the side. And here's a secret tip when you're eating out. Dip your fork in the dressing. So if the dressing's right here, dip the fork in the dressing and then grab the greens or the salad. And then that way you still get the flavor through your fork and it'll get to your greens and your salad. But you use about half of the dressing that you would have if you would have just, sprinkled it or drizzled it on your salad instead. Tip number 6, use a fork and knife with handheld foods. Think burgers or chicken sandwiches or regular sandwiches on buns and breads or wraps. Anything that you would hold while you eat. Either order without the bun or wrap from the get-go, or when it arrives, just take off the bun or bread and put it to the side of your plate. So instead of picking it up, you're gonna eat that protein and your veggies with a fork and knife instead. Tip number 7, eat mindfully and watch your portions. If you've watched any of my videos or read any of my Instagram or Facebook posts, you are probably getting sick of me saying this. But whether you're eating low carb or high carb, this is so important. Many times portions are larger than anybody really needs. So when you are 80% full, what are you gonna do? Put the fork down and stop eating. If you know it's a place that has large portions, ask the server from the start to give you a to-go box when they originally bring your food, not while you're halfway through your meal. And then so that way, when your food arrives, you can put half of it in the box, and then you are controlling how much food you're gonna eat, right from the beginning. Another option you can do is ask for a child-sized portion or order 1 or 2 protein-based appetizers with a side salad. So that could be like maybe you order a shrimp cocktail or an antipasta plate with a side salad. And then you are controlling all the parts of your meal that much more. Hopefully these 7 tips will help you get started on your low carb journey. But if you want all the ins and outs on specifically how to eat at 9 types of restaurants, including Mexican, Chinese, Italian, barbecue, steakhouses, and more, then click on the link in the description below. This is going to allow you to download my ultimate guide on dining out low carb. If you feel like you have a better handle on how to eat out and stay on track with your weight loss journey, let me know by putting the word totally or totes in the comments below so I know that this information is helping you out. If you're excited to get accountable and motivated to look, feel, and live better, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you liked it. Let's get fired up. Bye.